Heartbreaking movies guaranteed to make you sob. The power of cinema lies in its unique ability to evoke deep emotions, prompt reflection, and inspire personal growth. Over the years, countless films have stirred feelings of rage at injustice, while others have moved us to tears, leaving us grateful for the beauty and mystery of life. From iconic classics like Dead Poets Society and Grave of the Fireflies to modern masterpieces, these films highlight the emotional depth that cinema can offer. Fortunately for audiences, there's no shortage of movies that find beauty in sorrow and explore the human condition. In recent years, Hollywood has leaned heavily into remakes and adaptations, sometimes sacrificing originality. However, in this era of predictable blockbusters, independent filmmakers continue to produce powerful original stories. These films' fearless storytelling reminds us of cinema's true potential. Below are some of the most moving films from the past few years, guaranteed to resonate personally. Number 1. Iron Claw. Directed by Sean Durkin and starring Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White, Harry Dickinson, and Stanley Simmons, this story is about a professional wrestler motivated by his father's pressure to succeed. 3 siblings compete for the winner's place in the wrestling world without knowing they are also fighting for their father's love. The 3 brothers face a series of adversities in which only they understand one another. The story follows the real-life drama chronicles the success of the wrestling Von Erich brothers. The movie tackles themes of legacy, toxic masculinity, and sibling support. While some people have a difficult relationship with their siblings, I consider myself very lucky. I think my brother is the only person who can understand me more than anyone else. He has always been part of my life, grew with me, and overcame the same struggles by my side. He uniquely supports me because he can understand the hardships of our dysfunctional family and our generational curses. Most importantly, we share the same will to improve our situation and become a better person. I wish everyone could embrace and celebrate the companionship and camaraderie that such a special bond can ever bring to our lives. If it weren't for him, I maybe would have never cared as much about becoming a better example or putting in the effort to search for a good life. Iron Claw perfectly portrays the efforts of the oldest sibling to help their younger siblings. Sometimes, as an oldest, you don't want your siblings to suffer or even go near the things you had to go through. In this adaptation, Kevin Von Erich, as the oldest sibling, is shown in detail how he supported his brothers through their illnesses, their struggles, and their passions. Iron Claw shines a spotlight on the powerful bonds that siblings share, especially in the face of adversity. Number 2. One Life. One Life is a biographical drama centered on the heroic efforts of Sir Nicholas Winton, who saved hundreds of Jewish children from the Nazi-occupied Czechoslovakia through the Kindertransport. In 1938, as the Nazi regime advanced, Winton arranged for 669 children to be evacuated to the United Kingdom, ensuring their safety from persecution. Anthony Hopkins stars as the older Winton, reflecting on his efforts, while Johnny Flynn portrays his younger self during the dangerous mission. The film's key themes include courage, compassion, and the impact of individual action amidst global crisis. It delves into the emotional toll of separating families, as well as the long-term effects of trauma and resilience. Although the film is set during the horrors of World War II and the refugee crisis, One Life depicts timeless values that resonate with modern times, reminding us of ongoing issues such as the refugee crisis and racial inequalities. This film made me realize how, as a society, the West hasn't changed as much as we'd like to think compared to 80 years ago. We continue to see the resistance of white supremacy, the economic gap between Caucasians and minorities, refugees being exploited and condemned for seeking a better life, people being persecuted based on their religious beliefs, wars, and leaders who only care about improving their position and growing their careers while millions continue to starve. The film's historical perspective reveals how much and how little society has changed. Number 3. All of Us Strangers. All of Us Strangers is a haunting and moving drama that mixes fantasy and realism. It explores themes of love, loss, sexuality, and the complexities of memory. The story centers on Adam, Andrew Scott, who reconnects with his deceased parents, played by Claire Foy and Jamie Bell. Through this supernatural encounter, Adam, who lost his parents at a young age, expresses himself freely with them as an adult. He has deep conversations with them about his life, grief, and his experiences as a gay man. The film also follows Adam's romantic relationship with his neighbor Harry. Their connection helps them heal and allows them to be vulnerable. The movie portrays what it's like to battle with isolation, difficulty opening emotionally, overcoming old grief, and accepting one's sexuality. The movie shows how any love has the power to heal and how bonding with your parents and overcoming any issue with them can help find solace. The film cherishes the impact of brief moments of connection. It emphasizes ephemeral love and the consequences of the lack of support from relatives. It also portrays the dangers of neglecting those who need help and acceptance, showing how an unresolved past can haunt a person or provide an opportunity for growth and self-acceptance. Number 4. Past Lives. Past Lives is the directorial debut of Celine Song and is an exploration of the what-ifs surrounding love, fate, and cultural identity. It follows Nora, Greta Lee, and Hae Sung, Teo Yo, childhood friends from Seoul who reconnect years after she moved to North America. The reunion in New York questions their bond and the roads not taken. The film shows themes of identity, immigration, and belonging. Nora navigates her life between Korean roots and her life between Canada and the US, exploring the concept of inyon, a fate-driven connection. The film reflects on how love and longing shapes our choices and the lives we build. The film also portrays how we understand ourselves as mirrored by others and how our personalities and our lives can be opposites depending on the environment we grow in or develop. I think it's a movie that provides a unique insight into the different paths one can take in life and the impact it holds in the long run. My biggest take from the movie is accepting that it's okay to mourn the what-ifs and the roads we didn't take. Many times we get caught up on which path is better for ourselves, fearing mistakes and future regret. But what happens if every road possible leads to a good life? This film shows how it's okay to accept the pleasures and virtues of our current life and acknowledge those other fortunes we could have enjoyed if we had chosen a different story. Even to accept other paths, as promising as they seemed, might not be a loss. Minari, directed by Lee Isaac Chung, is a semi-autobiographical film that portrays the story of a Korean-American family pursuing the American dream during the 1980s. Jacob Yi, Stephen Yoon, moves with his family to start a farm, hoping to grow Korean vegetables for the immigrant community. His dreams and goals collide with his wife's Monica worries on financial stability, being far from the city, and their children struggling to adapt to rural Arkansas. Themes in Minari include resilience, family dynamics, immigration, and cultural and financial differences in the United States. As Monica's mom moves to the US from Korea, the tension between financial growth and the family's development increases. The grandmother reminds us of those funny moments one can experience amidst uncertainty and unbreakable cultural heritage. The title references the Korean herb minari, symbolizing the resilience and growth in a new or tumultuous environment. Although Minari is about a Korean-American family, it highlights themes relatable to different social groups through belonging, identity, and sacrifice for one's family. These films demonstrate that cinema still has the power to deeply touch audiences, allowing us to connect with ourselves and each other through stories that are as heartbreaking as they are beautiful. Whether you're looking to reflect on family bonds, societal issues, or personal identity, these movies will leave you with a fresh perspective and, very likely, a few tears.